The last time I saw Evan Whitaker, he was signing divorce papers with hands that didn't shake and eyes that refused to cry. Funny how someone can walk out of your life with the same ease they walked into a tunnel 6 years later. They're on their knees in the rain, asking for forever again. Evan was my first heartbreak, and unfortunately, also my first client when I opened my private divorce practice. Back then, I thought professionalism could silence the echo of a shattered bond. Couldn't. 6 years ago, he sat across from me in my office, taller, broader, more world-weary than the boy I used to kiss behind football bleachers. He had returned from deployment a different man. And I was still reeling from the way he left me without a word at 24. "I need a divorce," he'd said flatly, handing over a file with his wife's name on it. "Congratulations," I'd replied, hiding the storm inside me. "You came to the right guy." I was the right guy, the best in Manhattan for high-conflict separations, even if I was still an unmated Omega. My assistant once said I had ice in my veins. Maybe she was right, because I processed Evan's paperwork like it was just another case, cold, efficient, heartless. But it wasn't just another case. His voice still made something stir in me. His scent still made me want to curl up and cry. And when his hand accidentally brushed mine during a document handoff, I had to excuse myself and vomit in the private bathroom. Back then, he never asked why I left the firm we both interned at. Never asked why I never responded to his letters from Iraq. But the truth? I never got them. His father, a rigid general who hated that his beta son fell for a soft Omega, made sure of it. He intercepted them all, burned them maybe. I only found out years later. And by then it was too late. He was married. I was buried in work. We were ghosts passing in fluorescent-lit hallways. That day, I watched him walk out of my office with signed papers, a stiff nod, and a silence that screamed louder than any goodbye. I didn't see him again, until last Thursday. It was raining, of course, because fate loves drama. I was rushing out of the courthouse, umbrella snapped in the wind, coat drenched, when I saw him leaning against a black Jeep like he belonged in a war movie. Same jacket, same steel-cut jawline, same haunted eyes. "Julian," he said, stepping into my path like he had every right. I froze. "You have 5 seconds," I said. "Make them count. I never stopped loving you." He said it like he'd been rehearsing for 6 years. Maybe he had. But I was not a teenager anymore. I was not that Omega who clung to the scent of stolen hoodies and promises. I was a man who'd survived betrayal by his family, by time. "Congratulations," I said again. "Too bad love can't file an appeal." I walked away. He didn't follow. The next few days he haunted my life. My office, my building, even my favorite coffee shop. Always polite, never pushy, just present. "I just want to talk," he said one night as I found him waiting beside my car. "Then say what you came to say," I snapped. "And stop ghosting my personal space." "I didn't leave you," he said. "You never got my letters. You never knew." I blinked. He handed me a box. Old, water-stained, frayed around the edges. Inside were dozens of unopened envelopes. My name on each one. My old address, postmarked from Baghdad, Kabul, Kandahar. He'd kept them all, even the unsent ones. "My father kept them from you," he said quietly. "He told me you moved on, that you never wrote back." Couldn't breathe. "Why now?" I asked. "Because I found out the truth. Because my divorce is final. Because the only person I want to spend the rest of my life with is the one person I already hurt the most, and I want to fix it. Fix it. Like hearts were light bulbs. I'm not who I used to be, Evan." "I hope not," he said, stepping closer. "Because neither am I. I'm not the coward who let others speak for me. I'm not the man who chose duty over love. I'm just me. And I still love you." I didn't know what to say. But then he did something stupid. Something cinematic. Something unforgivable. He got down on one knee. Right there. In front of my building. In the rain. Soaked to the bone. Holding out a ring I recognized his mother's. The only person in his family who'd ever smiled at me. My neighbors gawked. The kid cheered. I stood frozen. I know you don't owe me a yes, he said. But I'd rather live with a no than die never having asked. And maybe it was the rain or the letters or the fact that I was tired of being angry. But I said yes. We didn't rush. We rebuilt. Week by week. Brick by fragile brick. He moved into the apartment next to mine. We saw a therapist. We adopted a dog named Justice, of all things. And slowly, love returned. Not as a hurricane, but as a sunrise. At our second wedding, yes, Second wore the same suit he did the first time. But this time he didn't look uncertain. And I didn't look scared. We kissed to applause. And later that night, as we danced barefoot in our living room, I whispered, "You're still the biggest mistake I ever made." He laughed. "And the best one? The only one that mattered. Because sometimes the person who breaks your heart is also the only one who knows how to fix it." Thank you for listening. If you find it interesting, please like and subscribe to follow the next stories.